Hello, today you're going to do your first flip grid on the topic simplifying fractions with the multiplication chart and multiplying fractions with the multiplication chart. First, I'm going to show you the process for using the multiplication chart to simplify fractions. What we're going to do is look at simplifying the fraction 12/21. The process for this is to take the multiplication chart and find the first column that 12 and 21 are both found in. Well, I find the 12 here and the 21 right there. The two numbers have to be one above the other, making sure that the numerator stays on top. Okay? Now, when I want to see what 12/21 simplifies to, what I now do is I look to the side to see what numbers are the row headers. 12/21 would simplify to 4/7. If I now want to see what I simplified 12/21 by, I would look above my column to see what that header was. I can now see that 12/21 had the greatest common factor of 3. And so that was what we divided by to get our answer of 4/7. When simplifying a fraction, that you're able to find that fraction in multiple columns, the one that you should use is the one that is the uppermost fraction. So therefore, I would not choose to use that column where I would simplify by 3. I would get the answer 6/10 and realize that I still had to simplify. In order to make sure to simplify in one step using the greatest common factor, you use the uppermost fraction and look to its row headers, and you realize if you simplify 18/30 by the greatest common factor of 6, you will get the answer 3/5. Now that you've seen some of the things that you can do with fractions using the multiplication chart, let's now look at how we can use this multiplication chart to multiply two fractions together. The problem that we are going to work is we are going to multiply 4/5, I'm going to write this down, multiplied by 3/4. The way that you do this using the multiplication chart is you take your first fraction and you come over here to the very first column, also known as our row headers, and you find where 4/5 is found. So it's right there, 4/5. Now I'm going to take my second fraction, the one I'm multiplying by, and use my column headers, the first row, and I'm going to find the 3/4. What you now want to do is you want to look at the first numbers in the row and the column, the 3 and the 4, and see where they connect. They come together at the number 12. Then you take your second numbers, the 4 and the 5, and see where they come together at 20. Therefore, the answer to 4/5 times 3/4 is 12/20. And now what I would want to do is use my multiplication chart or another method to reduce the fraction 12/20 to get my simplified answer. Now that you have seen how to use the multiplication chart to both simplify fractions and multiply two fractions together, your goal is to create your own video explaining why the process works. When looking at simplified fractions, I want you to explain why it works with the multiplication chart, why you should choose the uppermost fraction if that fraction is found in more than one column, and then I would like you to explain why this process of multiplying two fractions works using the multiplication chart. A hint that I would like to give you is you may choose to take a process that you already know or have learned in the past for both simplifying and multiplying fractions and connect it with what I have showed you today.